Alright guys, what's up? Eric here, as always from Rarity Games, here to bring you episode 2 of This Week in Geek, the show where we break down everything real fast for you to let you know what's going on in the gaming industry. Now let's get to it. So, first off, you true gamers out there, you Japanese lovers, know that Tokyo Game Show has been going on all weekend. We talked about this a little bit in our podcast. We went through a few different things. I have some awesome stuff I've seen come out of there. As you can see with the art, I am so excited about this. So, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Now, I thought this game was going to be awesome from the start, but I did think it was only going to do like Frieza Saga, maybe do some DLC later in the future. Doesn't seem like that's the case. Seems like they're going all the way to the Buu Saga, so we might get the true Dragon Ball Z full story out of this, and that's awesome because we're going up. We're getting fusions, we're getting Super Saiyan 3, we're getting everything. That's great. That's what I love to see coming out of great games like this. The open world, just awesome. Super excited about that. Death Stranding actually showed off full gameplay, legitimate, real gameplay, not just ladders and not just peeing. They showed off actual fight mechanics and shooting and just a little bit of everything. The gameplay trailer started out, well, it wasn't really a trailer, it was a live show. It started out with a few things of note to mention. A little bit of stealth tactics. Sam, the main character, running into a base and using some kind of wire to strangle and tie down one of these bad guys of sorts. And then he showed a full chase scene where he turned on these booster jets and ran the same speed as a car and literally caught up to this guy, grabbed him out of the side of the car and threw him. It was awesome. I was very pleased to see some legit gameplay. It's very reminiscent of the Metal Gear series, as you know. Kojima, of course, is the creator, so that is not too much of a surprise, but a lot of us were concerned there that we weren't getting a legit game. But it being in the Guerrilla's Horizon Zero Dawn engine, I had high hopes for it, and it's good to see. We also saw him getting sucked into the other world that is very prevalent in the game, and you see him fighting off this giant tiger, panther-esque beast, and it was epic, to say the least. A lot of grenade throwing, stuns, and stuff like that. But it was very, very interesting to see legitimate gameplay coming out of this game. It's about time. Moving on to the next one, and something I thought was pretty interesting: a new Resident Evil. Not really a Resident Evil game, though. It is a co-op game, a 4-player, 4v1 style game, reminiscent to Evolve, and not many people are fans of that game, but it is the same style, where one player will be the monster of sorts that controls the playing field, and then the other 4 players will be trying to survive. As the one monster player, it sends hordes of monsters and fights himself. And this game is called Project Resistance. So they snuck the RE in there still. So it is not Resident Evil, but it looks very interesting. Capcom has taken their swing at doing a multiplayer Resident Evil game in the past with not much success. It would be good to see them come out with something interesting and something new in this the RE2 engine that we got recently. It's definitely something to keep an eye out for. We saw a little bit more from Predator. That game looks very interesting. This also came from PAX as well. I heard a lot of good things about the gameplay. A lot of some of the demos that journalists were able to play. They said it's really cool, and it's interesting because it's from the creators of Friday the 13th, so they already have a good style for what kind of game this is. But there's going to be way more of a chance for the survivors to fight and win. Because the survivors are soldiers. There is also AI characters in the fight to kind of keep you busy while you're waiting on the predator to hunt you down and try and take him down. So one player's the predator, and then I believe I'm not sure of the count. I know it's definitely more than 4 players against the predator, and that game looks awesome, to say the least. I've heard a lot of good things about the predator gameplay. Very smooth. You can climb through the trees, and it's very you jump from branch to branch with ease. It's not constrictive at all. It seems very interesting. Very cool game to look out for in the future. To mention a few things before I get to the main topic of my choice. Ash Ketchum, as we all know, I had to give this a mention. Our Pokemon master. Well, not quite, but he did finally get a win. Our 10-year-old Ash Ketchum gets a win in the Pokemon tournament after 20 plus years. It's pretty exciting in a way. Yeah, I did don't watch the show. There's been an art change that people aren't too pleased with, and a couple weird things going on there. But to say the least, it's exciting in a way to see Ash finally achieve a portion of his dream. He still has to go catch them all. Yeah, it was cool to see, over the years, him struggle and work his way up the ladder in the tournaments and finally get it done in the Aloha region. So just had to mention that. I thought that was really cool. So a couple new game releases this week, as you guys know. We got Gears 5. I've heard nothing but amazing things for this. I've even heard people very surprisingly mention it as their possible game of the year. Now, on the last podcast, I mentioned a few things. I left a few things out. But, wow. To say Gears at all, that's very weird. There's been a few things going on in the news about it, talking about how the sales for Gears, physical wise, have been lower than sales for any previous Gears game, and I'm like, come on, guys, it's the physical UK sales. Stop looking at the physical numbers. It doesn't matter anymore. We got things like Games Pass and with an amazing subscription service that is getting it day and date. Like, we have to realize now that the numbers don't matter. There's way more to it. Xbox has announced that they reached their highest paid subscription number for Games Pass Unlimited, and due to Gears 5. So if that doesn't tell you that the game is a success, I don't know what does. And I know a lot of people are playing it because they already had Games Pass, but that is great for Microsoft. That's amazing, and then it's amazing for Gears and the Coalition, the creators of Gears. It's really good to see that this was one of my favorite franchises when I was younger. I fell off of it, didn't interest me anymore. It's good to hear good things about it. Definitely is. It's gotten good reviews all around, so very excited to see that. Borderlands 3. Awesome. I've heard nothing but great things about the game itself. It hit record sales numbers. It's the best-selling Borderlands period already. And it's wow. Heard a lot of good things and a lot of bad things. So apparently Borderlands 3 in its week 1 has the best physical sales this year. But it only sold half the amount as Borderlands 2 in 1 week. That's interesting. Oh wait, what did I just talk about a second ago? No, it's not interesting. Come on, guys. Look at the digital numbers. Stop worrying about the UK physical sales. We don't get the US numbers right away. We get UK faster always. But the guys at 2K Games or Take-Two Games has put out a statement already saying it is the best selling Borderlands for the first week. So yeah, being sold very well. But on another note, it seems to be having major performance issues, and it doesn't seem to be affecting how people feel about the game, which is pretty surprising because usually it's the other way around. It's very odd because it's on console specifically, which we're used to hearing, but it's on the PS4 Pro and on the Xbox One X. It's having issues. I've actually heard plenty of reports of the PS4 and Xbox doing fine. The originals are doing fine. They're running smooth. That's very odd to me. That's not a usual thing. Maybe Gearbox was not, familiar with the tech, or they tried to push it a little too far. I'm not sure. You'd think for a cel-shaded game that it would be okay and it would run smoother, like at first glance. Apparently, most of the issues lie in the performance mode. Not so much, or I'm sorry, other way around. The issues are in the resolution mode. So the people looking for the crisper picture, the frame rate just falls apart, and they're having huge issues on that end. When you go into performance mode, it seems to perform a lot better, but people are still reporting some issues with stuttering frame rate, and a few people even reported that they've been losing their saves. So there's a few reports. People believe that it may have to do with cloud saves, so be careful out there. Try to stick to physical only for now until this known issue is resolved. Do a little research on it. People have lost their entire saves. Some people have been reverted back to previous saves. It's a very weird situation. Speculation is that it has something to do with the Epic Games servers. I don't believe that's the case. I think it maybe that the implementation on the Borderlands games part. We'll see. I'm sure it'll be resolved fairly quick. It may already be resolved by the time this video comes out, and here's to hoping. But otherwise, I've heard nothing but great things. Friends of mine have done nothing but praise the story and the way it feels. That's awesome to hear. For the quick roundup, that pretty much covers most of TGS. We're gonna get into Final Fantasy VII at the end here. But a few more things I wanted to mention. Check out Sony's Xperia setup. I think it's something for the future. Yeah, if anyone's familiar with xCloud, and how they can just strap a phone to a controller and you're good to go. You're playing your Xbox games. Well, Sony, as you know, has a remote play setup, but they've been doing a very, very similar thing with their Xperia phones. And I think for next generation, we may see the same. So between Stadia, xCloud, and PlayStation, we're gonna be all able to access our games wherever, whenever. It's very interesting, something to check out. Also from PlayStation this month, definitely if you do not have a PS Plus subscription, get it. We got Batman Arkham Knight, because the 10th anniversary of the first Batman Arkham game just passed. That is free this month on PlayStation Plus. Arkham Knight, great game. If you have not played it, go get it, go play it. And a $60 game from the ever-growing THQ Nordic, Darksiders 3. So a game that not a lot of people are going to be willing to buy, but it seems that they want to get it in everyone's hands and show the people what they've got. And that's really cool to see. I'm definitely glad to see something like that pop up on the PlayStation Plus thing, because I probably never would have purchased that game unless it was like a few bucks. With everything to play, though, it's still even hard to play. But cool to see. 2 great games on PlayStation Plus this month. And one last thing, or 2 things real quick from Nintendo. You may have heard of it on our podcast already, but if you didn't, check it out. The Nintendo has Super Nintendo games coming to the Switch. They're already on there. You download a separate app if you have a Nintendo Online account, and they give you a ton of SNES games. Great games. Like, there so many. They have Yoshi's Island, and they have Zelda. They have a ton of stuff. Can't even name them all right now. And then Nintendo has another fitness thing coming out, and you guys should check it out if you were really interested into the Wii Fit. I know a lot of us are like, whatever, fine, another Nintendo thing. I'm guessing it's going kind of in the lines with, like I said, the Wii Fit, and also kind of in line with their other line of products with the cardboard box cutouts, and you get what I'm saying. But it is pretty interesting to see Nintendo delving back into this world. So yeah, they're rocking some crazy contraptions and straps to your legs and all this nonsense. But if you want to check it out, it's called Nintendo Ring. They got a new trailer up, and it's releasing next month. So for all you lazy people out there that need to exercise, you can game and exercise at the same time. Oh my god. Alright, now to get on to the last one, my most anticipated game of 2020. It's going to be an all-out brawl with Avengers coming and Cyberpunk 2077, and this for Game of the Year 2020 is going to be a whole thing, and that we mentioned that in our podcast. This game looks incredible. We got a full look at it, full gameplay rundown, not just a trailer. They played the game live on stage, got to show us the different modes, show us the combat, full through and through, step by step. It was awesome. This game looks so nice, even in gameplay. It looks like Final Fantasy Advent Children. Like, it looks like the damn movie in game. Like, that's incredible. We got another look at Sephiroth, like, right there, close up. Legit. You got the feather dropping, like, certain moments from the original game that were, like, static-y, freak-out moments where Cloud was kind of, like, losing it, are now put into perspective in such an amazing way. Like, it's incredible. This game's gonna be able to tell the story so much better, so much more thoroughly. I'm very excited for this game. It is definitely the top of my most wanted list. I'm so happy we're getting part 1. I was talking about this with Chris, and he was saying, oh, it kind of sucks that it's going into part 1 and part 2, 3, whatever. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. I think it's awesome. I think you get it out there sooner, and you get less work, so they can focus on the little details that really matter, like the stuff that they care about. They want to, and they can shrink the story down so they can just Hawkeye, zone in, get everything done perfectly the first time, and get it out and make it beautiful. And then any minor updates they need to handle, they can do that later. And I'm sure we'll get some DLCs to continue the story and so on and so forth. But overall, like, the game already looks flawless. They unveiled a new mode, gameplay mode, for the true fans of the original Final Fantasy VII. You're going to get a turn-based style mode where you basically don't have to do all the commands and the fighting and the tapping square repeatedly and yada yada. So they made it so that every kind of player gets to enjoy this game properly. So the mode entails some interesting stuff. They allow you to kind of focus strictly on abilities, dodging, blocking, and the combat will handle itself. The AP will rise on its own, everything. You can just focus on your gauge bars, your limit bars, your ability placement and timing, all that. The game will play itself essentially while you just wait and tap at the right time your abilities. Something very interesting to check out, and I think it's pretty cool as well because you can change it on the fly. So if you're in the middle of doing something or you get a phone call or something like that, you can, and you don't want to stop, you can just boop, press the button, you're in, you're going, you're still attacking fully constant, and you can look over at the screen every couple of seconds and smack your Omni Slash here and there. That was really cool. Like, that is a very interesting concept and something different from Square Enix that they've worked on in the past. They've done things like this with Final Fantasy 12. It's very cool to see. But that about covers it. Yeah, that's about it. TGS was amazing. Go check out all the live streams for all your favorite games. There's a ton of information out right now. Do some digging. You will find out what you need to know. Everything's right around the corner. We're getting stockpiled with stuff. New games seem like they're popping up left and right. We got new releases constantly. We got stuff to play constantly. As you guys know, I've been playing Control. I'm loving this game. Go check it out. If you don't have the cash to buy the game at the moment, play it along with me. The full first playthrough is already up now on our channel. Second one will be up very soon. So go check that out. And yeah, thank you guys for watching so much. I appreciate all the support. And let me know if you like this stuff. Let me know if you want more. Please. Please subscribe. Yes, you subscribe. Click the button. Hit the like button. And keep on gaming, boys. Peace out.